League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The long NFL season down to this. One game to decide it all. Super Bowl 61 underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now after the Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now a second down throw for Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Well, after the standard two-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Up the street. Blue check. Switch yellow. Switch red.
Running right. Here's Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Young throw complete there to Mingo. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll come up second and 7. Here is Young. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Now Young. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now he's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Stroud on third down now. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And now off to the races down the right side. Sanders, 48 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey.
Throwing now is Stroud. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On the option, here's Eckler. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Once more, here's Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try to pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bryce Hall. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the 2nd quarter. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now Stroud. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second down, back to Sanders. Dancing away at the 35. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. Second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Young now. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 52 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Check right, black block, check pink, opposite, green.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll go again with Sanders, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Blue check, switch yellow, Smith red.
They'll run on first down. Keys. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try to throw now. Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On first down, Keys. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
A quarterback draw. Here's Young. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Young working out of the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Bigsby. Fights through it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Tank Bigsby as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sliding out of the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Final play of the half. Stroud going deep here for Watkins. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Lutzel looked at the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So we've reached halftime here. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
So from the 37, here's second down and 8. Play action. Stroud now. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
9 yards that time.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line. 70
It's Eckler again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. Things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Eckler, they run left side. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And this is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time is it. yards in all. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
A run here with Bigsby. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
He finds his man, complete. That's Gallagher.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Young on third down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. And they'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Stroud now on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th, and the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Young. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a luck.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Brian Branch with it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Young's throws on target to Duvernay. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. On the carry, Bigsby. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Here we go, set.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And again, they'll go right back to their...
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that...
Exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back. Preferably a takeaway.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston set to take over. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. 4th down, here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he's able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 3rd and 1, here's Young. And that is incomplete. But a pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape. But there he goes, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Beckler will take this one in for Texans touchdown. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now Young and the Panthers down by 2 touchdowns, 2:16 to play.
Ready up.
They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. 1st and 10, Young. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a 1st down throw for Young. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Bryce Hall. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now an option play on second down. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
On second down, Eckler. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Holding offense.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
That throw by Young incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
And my goodness, another interception. Derek Stingley picks it. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy. You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.